read it yet?
No.
I read through most
Well,
of it.
then take some minutes. It should be on your screen right now, right? Because I showed
Yes.
the players. Okay. Take a couple minutes and read that. And just,
I think you should read it to us in announcer voice.
I mean, I could, but you're going to be listening to me for 2 hours. So if you want me to drone on uninterrupted for that long, I am willing.
Oh, Chester, we're not actually listening to you the whole time.
I was going to say, uninterrupted is also very generous.
Right.
All in favor of Chester reading?
Okay.
Join our heroes.
Yeah, see, I don't have cool sound effects like Scott. Sounds like he should be reading it.
It's not written that correct. It's not written that way.
It's not.
The way it's written, it would be. It's more ominous announcer than like old radio announcer.
Yeah. Which is also kind of the fun of doing it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so it was that the pieces fell together, and what began as a consultation with the avowed monks at Kendall Keep grew into an incidental conclave. Oh, look, it should have been Anne, not A. Incidental conclave of invested persons serendipitously poised to save lives, cities, and quite possibly the entire world. The disparate pieces were ominous enough individually, but assembled as a whole by the Keeper of Tomes, they portended a most dire future indeed for all if the looming threat were left unchecked. From the tales of a self-proclaimed eyewitness to the fall of El Turel, also known as Fortunato, whose introduction will be forthcoming, combined with the accountings of an investigative team fresh from Baldur's Gate, comprised of Louis, Davari, Lolo, and Talon, their new friend, who accidentally foiled a repeat initiative in their home city, it has been verified that Favius Krieg, once High Overseer and leader of the theocratic bastion of El Turel, forged a pact with the Archdevil Zariel, resulting in the recoupment of the city itself and all innocent souls within it to the Nine Hells. It has also been verified that Duke Ulzer Ravengard, High Duke of Baldur's Gate and Lord General of the Flaming Fist, was lured into the city of El Turel just before it fell at behest of his rival, Duchess Thalmera, who was herself in league with Favius Krieg, both hoping to destabilize Baldur's Gate in a bid for personal power before condemning it to the Hells as well. Luckily, Baldur's Gate has been saved from the latter fate for the moment, though with Duke Ravengard still missing, Baldur's Gate is in a precipitous position that could still landslide in any number of ways. A deadly civil war being the best of horrible scenarios, election of a corrupt leader capable of forging a pact such as Krieg did being the worst. Without knowing the specifics of the contract, secrets taken to his premature grave by Favius Krieg, there's no knowing how El Turel might be saved in a legal sense, which means only the intervention of a clandestine team holds any hope of rescuing Duke Ravengard, the survivors of El Turel's fall, and or even the city itself. The Keeper of Tomes has collected those stakeholders who have facilitated these understandings, and from them formed such a team. He has outfitted them with the best of his insights and charged them to step up and be the heroes that clearly the fates themselves have conspired to paint them as. Within a day, the Avowed assembled to enact the ritual that would enable the band of heroes to pass through a one-way portal to El Turel. One way, of course, to ensure that nothing could use their entrance as an escape.
Yeah, heroes.
So are we starting with the ceremony? Because Louis would like to get a little bit clarification on this one-way thing.
So we'll start a little bit before that because, like I said, you guys have a lot of money. If you want to stock up on things, like I don't want to deprive you of having had that prep time before going to hell. So if you were looking to buy supplies, rations, potions, whatever, fair market value.
I need to look and see if there's anything in my spell book for material components.
How about a few potions of haste?
If you can afford them, sure.
That would be super expensive.
I don't know how much they cost.
Well, A, there's no such thing as a potion of haste. There's a potion of speed. They're very rare, so that's 5,000 a piece.
Oh yeah, probably can't afford that.
Sure you can. You have 15,000 gold. There you go.
So haste is already ridiculously powerful. When it becomes a potion of speed, because you don't have to concentrate on it, it becomes stupid.
Stupid for a short duration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
apparently, I have to get a bunch of licorice.
are you planning on running into Mist or not Mist? Who is the licorice addict?
Oh, yes. The aquatic elf.
Yeah. What was Becca's
Oh, that was
character that was addicted
Peppermint.
to licorice? I forgot her name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
peppermint.
I actually do need
Peppermint.
this. I need basically. I'm going to find every ruby we can and break it up into dust.
I don't remember her name, but I remember her.
Yeah, I don't remember the name either, but I remember.
I don't remember
The licorice is part of casting haste. It's not actually consumable, so I don't have to get it. It's just more of me being me. But
Yeah.
A spirit shroud actually requires ruby dust with a 50 gold, which it consumes every time I cast that spell. So I kind of need it.
So
All
that
right,
will be
well,
something that you'll need to take off of your. Is someone keeping track of all those funds?
I can. What's our
I just
I can
dumped them in the
afford
chat
to
and
go with
stopped
that.
paying attention. So
Okay.
I'm trusting TL's integrity on the expenditures that you're buying.
I'll take the 10,000 gold piece diamond.
I do
Actually, I
not
guess
trust
it's
Fortunato ever.
I guess I just need. I guess I just need ruby dust. It doesn't actually say it consumes it. It's just
You just need a bag full of ruby dust.
yeah.
Don't we all?
How much would some simple healing potions cost? Just
Typically 50.
How much money do we
That's
have?
like your light wounds, not healing, but yeah, I think.
because I'm looking at maybe for great. Oops, I clicked on it and didn't mean to. Greater healing, which would be 44 plus 4.
That
Those are
would
way more
be-
expensive.
Really,
Yeah,
way more.
yeah, it's kind of a exponential thing because so healing is common, which means that it's 50 gold. I
Yeah.
want to say greater healing is uncommon, which puts it at 250.
At 150, you said?
250.
Oh, 250. Fuck that. I'll get like 3. I'm even cheap in D&D. I'll get like 3 potions of just standard healing.
So
then.
right now, I think you guys have 8 of those.
We do.
I don't know how we divvy them up though, and I get hurt a lot as a squishy who doesn't know to stay out of damage ranges. So
I kept my spotlight on the high level, legendary / artifact level items, and let
Okay.
you guys sort out the lower stuff.
So my recommendation or Louis' recommendation would be for basically Davari, Lolo, and who's ever basically Davari and Lolo to spread them out because I have a feeling Louis, Talon, and Fortunato will die quick. Will be the ones that need them, as opposed to the ones that like.
All right, so 4 for Lolo, 4 for Davari.
I'll take it. Thanks. Sure. I may still want to get at least 2 because I do have. I didn't buy anything with Lola when I made her, so I do still have some gold left over.
Nothing says like one of you can't grab a potion off of one of them and drink it at some point.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I'm just gonna get.
you're just the ones carrying them.
Yeah, but I'm buying an extra 2.
It's like potion bearer. Come to me.
Right,
Are they
but it's
equal?
better for the people in the back to, if they need the potion to drink it and not have to run up to us, than those of us that are in melee to be like, oh, wait.
How are we dispersing them?
Right now, I think it's Davari and Lolo 4 and 4, unless Fortunato wants some.
No, that's fine.
Anything else I want, I know we couldn't afford.
The
I
sorcerer and
know.
the cleric can waste their actions healing people.
Can I just? Is there a potion version where I can just chuck it like at the back of someone's head and like healing bomb kind of? No.
It's
Okay.
called take a level of cleric or
Cool.
bard for healing word.
Have you seen a character less inclined to healing than those? I haven't played one.
Ace Hole coin.
What's really great is that you could take healing word and make it like a scathing rebuke.
Could I really?
Verbal component.
That's actually
somebody.
Yeah.
Just be like, get your ass up.
Yeah. Suck it up. My sister can take a punch better than you.
What?
I love that actually.
Okay.
Now I have ideas for the future.
For managing this stuff, since apparently I'm going to
Mhm.
manage the numbers. Scott, how many of the red ruby dust.
I just need one because apparently it's not a consumable.
Okay, so that's 50 GP, right?
Yeah, so 50 GP. I already have the studded. Well, actually, I don't ever cast it because I have mage armor, so I just cast mage armor myself. So there's no reason for me to get armor. I already have the sword. I don't need anything. I'm a wizard. I mean,
We do have 2 potions of fire breathing, and I think we'd already discussed that Talon and Fortunato were going to each take one.
I think so. Yeah.
One what?
Potion of fire breathing.
Okay.
Para Fuego.
Because the dragon cultists liked you.
It makes sense, yeah. What I'm just going to assume that I could somewhere get a long-lasting kind of cheese and just get a kind of unreasonable
amount
stat.
of cheese.
Well, I just like for maybe bonuses or advantage for these charisma checks on my swarms of rats that are going to make regular appearances.
Oh. So,
Cranium rats?
cheese for them to consume.
Yeah, cheese for them. But what of like the older hard cheeses that won't go bad as fast and won't melt as easily in, hell?
Sure,
It's
you
kind
can,
of
you
How
can,
about a
sure, you
pocket
can
full
throw
of
a wheel
grain?
of cheese in your bag. That's fine.
okay.
How about a pocket full of grain?
Ooh, that's a much smarter idea. That too. I'll do this.
Did you say grain?
And she wants some infernal cheese. I
Yeah,
think that's what it's
that
called.
works really well till you get weevils.
That'll be a
Rats will
while.
eat weevils too.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah, now that I know what weevils are, I can't ever not think of that.
Cool. That's there now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But this is another reason for you to love the rats, because rats will eat weevils too.
Haha.
But that means you're also carrying around a sack full of
Yeah.
I would like to point out that everything we do will be like hellish weevils and hellish rats and like
They have little horns.
yeah.
Each one has these tiny little. All right, that's all Lolo needs.
Hmm.
Simple lady.
Oh.
Maybe like a book, an empty book she can write in or something if she gets bored. That's about it.
Nice.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Communicate
An
with my
empty book
fiancé.
is like 50 gold, or
Mm-hmm.
so.
Okay.
I will take that off.
You know what? It's Candlekeep. You probably could get that for half price.
Nice. I don't care if it's
the
good
largest
quality.
library in the world.
Oh, that's it.
If you don't want it blank, you could just like write over something over the top of something.
Okay, that's a good way to get kicked out.
Yeah. Can I borrow this? You guys don't mind. This is such a.
Like, to get in the front door, you have to bring them a book that they don't already have,
Library of Alexandria. And then you don't get that back. You get a copy of it back.
if you're lucky.
Well, that's what we did.
So the fact that they lent Louis a book is a pretty big deal.
Nice.
Yeah, they're getting it back with a bunch.
Like, where I wrote in there property of Candlekeep in the description, like, that's stamped. like a normal library book.
yeah,
like,
you
the
should tell
cover,
me that because
on the
now
front
Louis,
page.
like on all of his downtime, is doodling in the margins. Like not even making notes in the margins. Like
Actual doodles.
he's
yeah.
never getting back in.
It's like being in school all over again.
So I
yeah,
think-
there are definitely penises everywhere around
It's
that.
wrapped with like the brown sandwich lunch bags.
Actually, they'd probably appreciate seeing the notes that you make where, like, things are contradicted. Like,
Oh yeah, it
Louis
literally
crosses
makes
off,
some
this
notes in the
circles it,
margins,
this is
but
total
most
bullshit.
of most
Not
of the
my experience.
yeah.
Davari would also pick up an empty book for her own notes while we're in Avernus.
Succubus way hotter than anticipated and described.
Yes. Yep.
And then there's a note under it by Lolo, can confirm.
Actually, it would be like in everybody else's handwriting except Louis, and Louis would just be like,
Meh.
yeah,
Eh. She wasn't a giant talking book. I'm not interested.
yeah.
She was no Vendetta Cress.
Yeah.
Oh, God. He discovers his lost love after they've separated during all this. God. All right.
Or,
All right.
man, that Succubus came on strong, but Vendetta came on way stronger.
I will go start.
No, never.
We've already started. We are discussing.
Yeah,
some
you guys are
important
in
things
a
before we-
in a loose in-character shopping experience.
Yeah.
Telling me
Okay.
what you're wanting to, what you want to buy or have on hand, or at least figuring it out between yourselves.
Okay, at this point, then Louis is going to be like actually poring over his book to make sure that he's all about doing this quest, but really, really wants to make sure they have a way back.
How much is it that we have all together?
So all together, like gold wise, 3, 4, 50, 550, 1,550 gold pieces.
Is that enough to get somebody a magic weapon?
No,
Yes,
maybe if it's a small one.
if we could find one.
Yeah.
It's barely enough money to get somebody full plate armor.
I mean, I already know the answer. I'm just throwing the question out there.
What do you guys think about picking up some like potions?
Actually, that is a good question. It's probably not enough for magic items, but I'm sure with my book I can know what that devils aren't going to be the most susceptible to.
Everyone froze. I need to. Nope.
That was my follow-up question. Is there some other way to hurt them besides magic sword?
Yes. If we can get silvered weapons.
Well, I do have a silvered whip.
Ooh, fancy.
And I actually have a magical dagger. I have that weird piercing dagger. But
Yeah, is my cultist dagger either silver or magic? The one I got off someone from that
I
dungeon.
would say that it would probably count as magic. It's not
Okay.
silver.
Okay, but it's magic damage.
Yeah, sure.
can I go? Can we try to find a blacksmith to silver our weapons?
You can. That will. Yeah, sure. If you want to spend the time to do that, we can.
I would like to check our contacts, see if we can't get at least all of us that might be trying to poke these things silvered weapons.
Who
Yeah.
will make it a habit of poking things?
Okay. While Louis is contemplating that, what do you guys think about picking up some potions of either like reduce to make us small, or something that would make us stronger temporarily in case we run up against something?
I would.
Wait, I thought you guys were spellcasters.
I
Unfortunately,
would
not a
argue
good
that
use.
he actually thinks the silvered, the potions of either potions of quicksilver or silvering their weapons is a higher priority. Just for those of us that don't have a fancy magical mace.
I love my mace. It glows when I want it to.
It does.
I mean, me and Lolo have these, and I hold up with a dagger. But Talon Fortunato, you have any way of?
I just hold up my shield.
I do the not getting hit thing. I don't know if you guys have tried that.
All right, well, let's go silver all the weapons. We do also have 9 daggers and 6 manacles if you want to silver those as well.
So kinky.
I think it's really only necessary that, like, our highest priority. Like, I would like to get my rapier silvered, but I think it's the highest priority is to make sure that
Everyone has something.
Yeah, everyone has something. Even if it's just one thing. Depends upon how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a silvered flail.
Oh. That makes more sense. Yeah, you got the silvered skull-headed flail from the old crony lady.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't use that. That looks really heavy.
But it's got a little incense brazier in the skull head.
Alan, can you use that? That might be useful.
Well, Talon can use it, but he's not that strong. He's a Side Knight, and so he's like a finesse fighter. So
He's fancy.
yes, I am fancy, but I could totally use it, but I don't want to.
You know what? It's important to be honest.
Until like I somehow get my hands on some, gauntlets of ogre power, and then we'll talk about it.
But for the time being, unless it has a finesse tag, he ain't touching it.
I mean,
I don't know. Davari might actually do better with the gauntlets of ogre power since she's actually more strength based anyhow versus Dex. I squish people's skulls.
Yeah, but you have a magical mace.
I do have a magical mace.
Probably better than the silver flail.
It is better than the silver flail for me. So the flail only a +2 to hit for me versus a +6 with the mace. It does it 1d8 of damage when it actually hits. Still not as good.
Give and take, give and take. God says you can't carry both and use them situationally.
That's Tavari's plan.
So how much would silvered weaponry cost?
Whatever the difference in cost is, I really don't remember.
I just looked it up because I didn't know either. A silver weapon is 100 gold. Basically, it's the cost of the weapon plus 100 gold.
Okay, so how many weapons are getting silvered?
My rapier.
Okay.
I have a rapier and I have a hand crossbow. Some bolts would be great for that.
The ammunition is the same thing. So an entire pack of ammunition costs 100 gold.
I will also get a pack of 20 bolts done then.
It's not a huge priority, but if I can get my rapier silver, it would be great. But I can use my dagger if push comes to shove.
No, we can get it done. That will still leave us with 1,050 gold, by the way.
So you need some of your weapons or anything? Or are you good with just blasting the shit out of people?
You talking to Lolo?
yeah, I do have the dagger. Again, it's not silvered. It's at least magic, and I'm not super proficient with weapons. It's not really what she's
Or
great
with
at.
the stabby, you're more
Yeah,
of
with the touching people kind of thing, she's not
Yeah,
super good.
But you're so proficient at getting really close to these people.
Like
I
Martin
know.
tries to like point her sword, and she
It's
like
just
grasps the handle, and then it immediately like drops to the ground. She can't.
She's
hold
more
it
of a kaboom person, not a stabby person.
Yeah.
up. She's more of a person than a kaboom.
If we wanted to silver that dagger, that would also be fine, but I feel like I'm more out of everyone. I feel like I'm the last one in line who should have a special weapon or a silvered weapon. We should make sure everybody else has something, or has at least something first. I'll totally take it, but only after everybody else has what they need.
As long as the dagger counts as magical, we don't have to worry about it. So,
And since apparently it does.
Mhm.
With that. Now, if there's something that will make it easier to fuck with their heads,
I don't know. Maybe
That-
a bag of caltrops will give them disadvantage on checks against you while they're stepping on the spiky bits.
oh my god, that's my entrance move to every fight. Is pull the bag of caltrops and chuck them at people. I do actually kind of love that too.
You can just spend the entire game playing Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Travis. Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's back.
Is he
But yeah, so
I don't
that's-
actually see him yet.
I don't either, but so yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys whether or not you want to get those things for Lolo. I'll take it if you want.
I'm good. I'm done with my shopping.
And get the caltrops silvered, and then Lolo will have a bag of silvered caltrops.
Yeah, how much
That
is
I will-
silver caltrops gonna cost?
That I would meticulously pick up at the end of every fight. It has to be. I would.
We have to count them after every fight.
No, guys.
What is missing? Everybody, don't move.
I lost a contact lens and a caltrop. Hold on.
Someone check that one's feet. They're
Okay, yeah,
closed.
actually, yeah. How much?
Let's get all of our equipment silvered. We'll get the caltrops, the 500 ball bearings somebody I know has.
I absolutely. How much would silvered caltrops be? Now that you've said it.
Everything's pretty much costing 100 to get it silvered. So
I mean,
we will get those silvered, and Lolo will have a bag of silvered caltrops.
be prepared. I'm going to be an obnoxious asshole about that. I'm just letting you know now. Every fight. We got to pick up
I
guys.
expect it because we just spent 100 gold on caltrops, so
Yeah, we're not letting those just stay there. I'm picking up each and every goddamn one of those things. How much are normal caltrops?
Lolo stops in her
Like
approach of an
3
enemy,
gold.
says, wait a second, dumps out her bag of caltrops, takes a step back and says, ha! Now what?
I'm also getting normal caltrops for the record. And they'll be in the pouches look the same. So that'll be fun.
Like, wait a second. When you step on these, don't kick them around.
Yeah, guys, make sure you don't step on these or kick them where I don't see them because we're going to need to get them back.
I want to read the rules of caltrops just so everyone's aware. As an action, you can spread a single bag of caltrops to cover a 5-foot square area. Any creature that enters the area must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or stop moving and take 1 point of piercing damage.
How does this affect the rest of the party? Like you guys?
Until the creature regains at least 1 hit point, its walking speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Does this in any way bug you guys or affect your movement and stuff?
Oh, well, we'd have to make the dexterity saving throw if we entered it's a 5-foot square. You're stomping 1 5-foot square.
Nobody be 5 feet from Lolo ever again. That's caltrop area.
Link arms.
Mhm.
We'll play Red Rover and just chuck caltrops at them. Yep,
I love it.
Fair enough.
I'm good now. No more
Okay.
shopping.
Any other last minute alibis on purchases, procurements? Do we want to do introductions for Talon, then Fortunato?
Sure.
So what would people have learned about you since they've met you? Talon, they probably met you back in Boulder's Gate, so they've been traveling with you a little bit longer.
Uh-huh.
You can reveal whatever you want to reveal. Go for it.
Talon is a medium, like about 6 foot height, close cropped hair, wears a simple cloak and leather armor. He doesn't talk a lot. He's not very charismatic. If you want to just put a number to it, it's his jump stat.
On a scale of 1 to 15, it's
Yeah, on a
probably
scale
closer
of 1 to 8, on a scale to 8 to 18, where we sitting
It would be an 8. He doesn't talk a lot. You probably don't know too much about him other than that he's probably told you that it's his job that he needs to go to Avernus to do whatever we're doing. And you would know that he was working with the Flaming Fist.
So Talon essentially would have a charge of, if he can retrieve Duke Ravengard, that is like buku priority for the Flaming Fist and Boulder's Gate as a whole.
What race is Talon?
Human.
Let's see. So that's what we got from him. How about you got Fortunato? You guys probably would not have met him until you got to Candlekeep, and he was one of the other people already there with parts of the story as well that were.
So would he be introduced as his background, or is
It's up
that?
to you. It's up to you how you would be introduced.
Well, probably I imagine Candlekeep wouldn't keep that secret because it's more relevant. So Fortunato would have been introduced to you as a harper. So he's there for harpery stuff. He is a high elf, dark-haired, fair-skinned, studded leather armor, carries a rapier and a hand crossbow, and is kind of on the chatty side. On a 8 to 18, he's probably around a 14.
That's are horrible.
Yeah. There you go.
I saw Fanny get excited that you probably played the
Yeah,
harp, so I figured
I
I'd
thought you
figure
just
that out.
like had a harp and that was your thing.
Not a harpist.
But specifically for harps.
I just figured I'd
Yeah,
cut that off.
Harper, not harpist. Harper.
Thank you. I thought it was called a harpist, but I'm not going to say anything. I don't know what you're
Oh my god.
Harpist is the male form of the word.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hello.
So that's what you will have learned about each other in that short interim. Everyone else already had their characters established. So, Fortunato, remember, you barely know these people. And yeah, as far as clarification on the one-way ticket to hell for Louis, basically opening up a two-way portal is definitely not something that anyone at Candlekeep has any interest in ever doing. As far as the lore goes, there are ways out of Avernus. Whether they're legit, real or not, they haven't vetted them, but, devils get here somehow.
Okay, that was my concern. It wasn't that I wanted them to open a two-way portal. That would be a bad
Right.
idea. My concern was once we get there, is there a way back? And I probably would realize the book with being able to cast banishment once per month, I can get myself back.
Right.
Or
That
I would
is a theory. But yeah, they assume that once you get there, you'll be able to figure out that infernal puzzle box, which I don't know which one of you wanted to carry or not. So right now it's just in the general pool up top, because that should have Krieg's contract in it, which may or may not hold a hint for how El Chirel even got there, or what's holding it there, or if there's a way to legally free El Chirel. Who knows? There are, devils you could make deals with, or there's always the river Styx. That's definitely going to be covered in your tome as a multiplanar river that you should definitely not ever touch. That crosses the plains.
We just need to find my mom, Yerna. It's all good.
Yep. 3 of you at least have parental figures in hell.
No.
What to do that for?
Lolo may even have connections other than her parental figure in hell. You never know.
I don't even know my parental figure yet. That's
There's also the probably last level. Tiamat is known to be in Avernus as her lair, and you've recently had good dealings with cultists of hers, but that's probably not an ideal exit strategy at all.
What are you talking about? We're
Yeah, I
often
don't-
making deals with things that we shouldn't. make
Yeah, huh?
deals with. In every game.
Yep.
it always goes really well for us, I think.
But Avernus is a battleground where abyssal incursions are often. So there's demons, there's devils, playing evil off of evil. You never know. There are mortals there. Pretty much anyone and anything that has an interest in the Blood War, which is the multiplanar, never-ending war between lawful evil and chaotic evil, can be found on Avernus because it is one of their prime battlegrounds.
So what's our cover story for going there? What if we run into someone official? He's like, "Hey, mortals, what are you doing here?"
It's not how it-
We're
think that's how
super
it
evil.
works.
We're super evil. And
Are we're on a mission. It's a mission. No. Like a religious mission.
She's
Hear me out. We're missionaries.
We're here to talk to you about our Lord Lathander.
Yep.
That'll go over well.
No, we've got Lathander we need to promote, and we also have Lolo's cult we need to promote.
Where honestly, the
I
God
respect
is
your
huge.
belief systems, but Davari, maybe we should keep the Lathander talk to like.
Yeah, hell may not be the best place to drum up any kind of interest in a good aligned.
No. If an angel can fall, a devil can rise. This is the perfect chance to talk about
Ah. Oh God. Yeah, that's almost too real, but I love it. So let's go with it.
So I vote that we're arms dealers, or soul merchants.
I mean, I don't have too many arms on me. Do we?
Dork.
We need to.
We're purchasers for an important arms dealer.
Okay.
Or
That makes worse. I like that one.
So they want rare arms, like claw arms, tentacle arms.
well, that way when they turn on us, we can be like, aha, we meant your arms. You know, chop them off.
I now love that. So we're going with that one.
Okay.
If my vote means anything, it's that.
So we're arms dealers. We're
there to procure weapons for the material plane.
Can I make a some type of check to know what Avernus is like? Because Scott knows, but I'm not sure Louis knows what Avernus actually is. What would you like, Chester?
So I kind of intended that to be, which all of you have a handout called "What is Avernus?" It's the stuff that your research would have already drummed up about Avernus for all of you to have. Did that pop up for everybody?
The primer.
Primer on Avernus.
Primer on Avernus, that one?
Yep, that would be the information that you would have been able to research, which could be true, could be not. You know, per the disclaimers in Scott's book, which none of you have seen, I'm sure. I enjoyed writing disclaimers on that, by the way. What did I write for that?
Yeah, I would say we might want to, if we're going to be buyers, we probably should be say that we're on the way to Dis and maybe we're a little lost if somebody stops.
Or we could just be in search of soul coins or something.
If any of you looked at the tome that Scott's got when you were doing your collective research, there's a disclaimer in the beginning. I'm just going to read that because I enjoyed writing it. It says, readers take warning. The veracity of this volume's contents, like its predecessors and successors, is hotly debated amongst the wise. This tome, as with others in series, should be seen as a median compilation of second and third-hand accounts at best, with the potential for malicious misinformation concealed amidst disarming truths at worst. Trust but verify is, as ever, sound advice, especially when dealing with fiends. Readers are highly encouraged to submit corrections and or refutations to the nearest archivist for processing.
Dark.
So we could just be looking for soul coins also, because I mean, as a good side mission, freeing souls that are captive.
Yep, that's exactly why I'm interested in soul coins.
Yes. Guys, by the way, we do have this one soul coin that we have been unable to free, and we have with us.
I'll hold on to that. I'll keep it safe. Definitely not going into the first motorcycle I see.
No, I think I'm going to hold on to this, Louis.
Do we know how to free them from the coin?
We don't know how to free it yet. At least not to my knowledge. We could maybe do an Arcana check if Chester.
Let's ask Candlekeep before we go.
They don't know a lot about soul coins other than that they definitely have one and that they have discouraged anyone from experimenting with it for fear of harming the soul or souls trapped within it.
Can I do some type of check to see if I can discern something from the codex?
Sure.
Can I help?
Nope.
What check do you want?
Depends what you're trying to find out.
I want to know how to free the soul from the coin.
Let's see here. Is that 9? Oh, you're the 15 year roll for this, or was that something else?
No, that was something else. That was my that was my role to see if I knew a way back.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana check or religion. Okay. Take Arcana or religion.
They're the same number, so.
Okay, so going the Arcana route as opposed to religion.
I mean, I can roll religion too. It's the same number, but
because I was going to give different answers for either.
Okay, so 24 for religion and 17 for Arcana.
You know, I'm going to say that you rolled. This is again guesswork. Maybe valid, maybe not. But since it's copied and pasted, shh. There's your meta knowledge of what you've been able to do should work to free a soul from a coin. Disposition of that soul, who knows?
Okay.
Oh, so actually using the soul coin will free the soul after it's expended?
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah, that's what they want.
What they want us to
I feel like so. There's two ways. At least according to this book, we can destroy it. But we need special weapons to do that. I'm assuming the Hellfire weapon. I'm assuming needs to be forged in the fires of hell.
Specifically, you would know that Hellfire weapons are the province of Mephistopheles.
Yep. Forged in the fires of hell, and quenched in the snows of Cania. So that's going to be tough. Or we could just put in my motorcycle that I'm going to steal.
What is a motorcycle?
It's like a horse.
He like shows you a picture of a Mad Max looking motorcycle thing that he put in his book.
Complete with a guy on the back playing flame-throwing electric guitar.
Well, I'm glad to know that we're not all going to be tempted so easily.
Everyone has their favorite pullouts. Scott found his. Okay.
All right, anyone got any second thoughts before we do this?
I have like 17th thoughts about this.
We should all, okay, I propose a plan. Let's all have second thoughts to screw with Chester. We decide we don't really want to go to hell. We're going to leave Etriel where it is. Let's go back to that dungeon and clear it out.
Now that we got all these cool toys and we're healed up. So here's the thing. Fortunato's never been there, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. Second of all, they actually did clear it out and have already gained the loot therein. So,
okay.
He just kind of shrugs and goes, Lathander will take me after I die either way. Let's try to do a good thing before we...
As long as you don't get trapped in a soul coin.
Yeah, about that.
I will prevent you from... Ivari, if I'm still alive when you die down there, I'll make sure that you don't get trapped in a soul coin. And if failing that, I will make sure you were freed in the furnace of my motorcycle.
That's what I was about to say. Like, yeah, or you're going to be in the motorcycle, one or the other.
If that happens, Lily, I'm just going to take over your motorcycle and I'm going to spend the rest of my afterlife messing with you.
God.
Whatever this motorcycle thing is.
A sentient motorcycle, yes.
Motorcycle,
there's like a
love that.
line of rubies at the front that go.
Anyways, let's go. This place seems horrific, and we're definitely not going to do evil acts or lose our souls because, this place is definitely not going to try to corrupt us at every turn.
What's correct?
Define corrupt.
Fine, corrupt.
Well, it's already too late.
Okay. Well then, I guess we shall kick this off, eh? Ah, stupid ribbon. I like that mechanic for changing things up, but you might have to zoom out to zoom in to find the little plug of viewability.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's like
Okay.
a 5-foot square.
So
that thing is super tiny, Chester.
oh, I am aware it's a very big map.
Okay.
The scale is correct if you use the ruler, if you're curious. Let's see here. So upon arrival, a hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city street in which you stand is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. The ground shudders beneath your feet, an earthquake. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of pure darkness discharges strokes of bluish-white lightning that strike the city at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city, the bluff is in the west. Overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbled fortress. As at least one of you has been to El Turel, being Fortunato in your visits, I don't know if anyone else has or not. The giant black ball in the sky used to be they called it the companion. It was a second sun that ensured El Turel was always bathed in sunlight, so undead could not ever again reign over this city. Because in its distant past, it had a vampire that had infiltrated and taken over, and they were like, hell no, never again. So the way they got rid of that was they got this giant globe of sunlight that stayed in the sky 24/7.
I made sure everyone went psychotic from not being able to get proper
They were
daylight, sunlight, darkness.
They were
schedule.
fine. This was a bastion of holiness. But that
So a bastion of psychosis.
here
Okay,
is now black. Yeah, the sky is definitely burnt red. There are comets, what looks like comets, all over the place, just haphazardly, not in any kind of pattern at all. Shooting star type looking things, all over the place.
Louis is going to start wishing for a motorcycle.
Just wishing right off the bat, huh?
Well, no, you said comets, but I'm assuming falling stars. So he's going to wish upon a star for a motorcycle.
Gotcha.
Bruce Willis will grant your wish.
Right. So, right now, can I just make like some kind of token temporarily for you guys to move around? I think that seems like the best way to go, eh? Free assets.
And Louis will look around and be like, well, this place is less horrible than I pictured it.
I'm already bored.
You're already bored.
I imagine she would be if there's no one and nothing happening.
Awesome.
You don't like the big black sun? That's pretty interesting, right?
Got that? Yeah, I guess.
That's supposed to be black normally.
Better than like perpetual daylight. I don't know about you, but I need like at least 7 hours of darkness in order to maintain this.
This majesty.
Mm-hmm.
So all of my tokens are broken.
Oh, that's fun.
Like from the marketplace, they're all blank.
Super
So,
great.
I'm just gonna say, obviously, you guys are, here, and I don't have. Oh, maybe that's the problem. I don't have the selector. Maybe that'll help. See if I can't drag something across that way. Nope, they're all broken. Okay, cool. Well, that's where you're at on this map. You've got north, south, east, or west to go because you're in a crossroad. Yep, that yellow ding there is where you're at. And I will reveal as you kind of travel, presumably in some kind of formation.
Well, Fortunato, you've been here before. Where is the most likely place for what's-his-face to be hanging out? And I say what's-his-face because Becca does not remember the name of the person that we're actually trying to
Ravengard.
Yep, Ravengard. Older Ravengard is the missing Duke from Baldur's Gate.
And we're assuming he's been kidnapped, right? It's like we're not kidnapped, but
So what you all learned
abducted.
in the skipped section was that he came here to meet as an emissary from Baldur's Gate for an official meeting. But you learned that he was actually lured here with intention to still be in the city when it got drugged to hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whether he was detained or, just freely roaming about when this went down is anyone's guess.
Well, clearly we need to go to the High Hall.
All right, lead the way then.
Yeah, lead the way for you've actually been here. I've
So Fortunato will be looking for some crossroads that look familiar, or a glimpse of the keep in the distance or something.
Well, I did mention a High Hall Keep in the opening description. Let's see here. That
But that would
was
require us to listen.
yeah,
that-
there was a lot of words there, Chester.
oh my goodness! It was the smallest bit that I've read since we started. You guys are awful.
I listened. I didn't say shit.
You know what?
You know what?
I mean, we have to listen to you for 2 hours, so it's not reasonable to expect.
There. You know what? I'm not even reading it again for you. It's in text in the chat thing.
Oh, the air is hot. Okay, I missed
so
that.
it's perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is
To the bluff.
To the west.
to the west. All right,
To the west.
Let's go.
let's head to the west then.
You know
Yeah,
what?
but
Actually, if you want to zoom out, I will even give you a ping.
This way though. What's over here? What's at the edge of the map?
Are you zoomed out enough to see my purple
No.
ping?
Here.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I gotta zoom out.
I'm pinging.
All
Yeah.
right.
That is, you can see it in the distance.
I'm
Yeah.
so far.
We are going that way, I guess.
Yep, let's hoof it.
What's this way?
Yeah, we're gonna head that way.
What about
Moving back in
there's cool shit over here.
and getting.
I am going to just once we arrived, I'm going to immediately cast Mage Armor on myself. Just so
That's
we're
probably
not.
So I'm now zoomed in. Which way are you guys looking to go? And who is leading?
Well, maybe we should actually go.
Because I'm getting pings in every direction, and I'm just assume you're separating and wandering now. You guys-
Let's go to the path to the south. Actually, looks like it also swings to the west. So let's go that way.
Well, let's also.
Can anyone see anything but that square?
Are there people
No,
around?
not yet.
Okay, good. Yeah, are there?
I don't even know if I gave you like a full 60 feet there. I just kind of blocked off a square.
I have exactly a square.
Oh, wow. No, that square is 468 feet is currently visible.
Yeah, it's a big
Okay.
square.
Well, Christmas.
Yeah, if you guys grab the snap ruler, you can see the actual distances,
Yeah.
Okay.
which also means I can't turn this into a battle map. I thought about it. I tried zooming in and like throwing down a grid, and I tried to.
Yeah, approximately where Chester pinged, by the way, is 1.5 miles away.
Yeah, we can hoof it.
Yeah, that's,
All right.
that's not so bad. We can make that just walking in 45 minutes.
How hot is it?
Oh, it's hot,
Stinging. It's the air itself is
Yeah.
hot and stinging.
and it's very dry. It's dry heat.
It's
Okay,
just
I
safe for
feel like
exhaust-
Louis is like dabbing his head and then like does the armpit like dabbing away that thing. It's just like "Ugh. This would be so much better if I had a motorcycle.
You know, Louis, I don't know what your obsession with this motorcycle thing is, but this is actually really nice, toasty, warm weather.
It's like sand under our feet, right? So it's probably like even worse on our feet. Like
Yeah,
if we're-
like what used to be city roads is like covered in sooty, ashy, like I'd say it's more ash than sand, like volcanic ash falling from the sky type stuff.
Louis will actually turn it over. I don't know the last time you resold your boots, but it's been like 1.5 years for me. So
No, I totally got these resold. Resold? I got new soles on my boots when we got paid by, the Flaming Fist guys, because,
don't tell devils that. They might get confused.
let's
Yeah,
stick
so-
out of sight. So
So-
let's stay by a wall, stick out of sight a little bit, and not be seen and not hit by that lightning.
You know, I'm going to try and reload real quick so that I can try and drag a token out for you guys just to kind of keep track of where you are.
Okay.
So give me 1 second.
I think Louis will say when you like get out of sight and like well, some of us can blend in. Just saying, some of us can blend in. Right?
Say, I'm probably hanging back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Actually, also, doesn't my breath frost or something? What was that thing we rolled? Yeah, my breath is icy, so I'm like intentionally breathing. in
It becomes steam because it's icy.
Yeah, but then it's moisture, so it's like better than the nasty.
Yay, it worked. I can see tokens again.
So
Yay.
now it's like a sauna around you instead of just a nice dry heat.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Good for your skin.
All right.
Actually, yeah, you guys paid out one of me near me.
Well, I'm probably like, because my thing was that like things usually like I'm always kind of frosted over,
Oh,
so
it's
I'm
nice.
actually like steaming right now.
I was gonna say, you and I are actually probably actively creating steam.
Yeah.
Just existing here right now.
And Devari probably just looks comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Probably. She's like, what are you guys complaining about? This is fine.
I don't know.
This guy is
Oh,
not.
we're just like our hair is all matted and just soaked.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
All right, so he is clearly not to scale. This is just a marker.
Oh,
Who would like to be taking charge of your movements?
Who's actually leading us? Fortunato right now. Travis is right now, right?
Shayna's playing the group mom, so.
No, that would be me.
can I please be the mom in this game, though? Please?
Sure.
Not the other one, but this one.
In every game, what are you talking about?
So
Yeah,
is
that's what I thought.
Shanna controlling?
Everyone's in my cult. All y'all bitches.
Are you good with controlling the token, Shanna?
Oh my god, wait, really? Yeah, sure.
No, I'll give it. I'll
No,
do it. I don't care.
No, it's okay.
No, I didn't.
I just don't want to have you guys go somewhere that you're not intending to go. So I figure I should not be doing like that.
And we don't really know where we're going, so right now I don't think it really matters.
We'll end up there anyways.
Yeah.
All right, Shanna, can you move that now?
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, I just
think
got
that's
delivered
okay.
fresh brownie. Very good.
Brown.
Rude.
But
Where's
can
the-
you move
oh,
it?
there.
Yep. Cool. All right, good. So
Hanging up the
remember,
smiley
that's not to scale. So
I
you
can't
started
even- I have
going
to
this
get-
way
man.
for
Are
direction.
you sure that we're not 400 feet tall?
Yep. I am very sure.
Yeah, but like how sure? I got to put it on a scale, like 1 to 100.
Oh my god.
We were between 3 and 18 tall.
That's as small as it gets, I think.
I'm like
Okay.
zoomed in all the
It looks
way.
like a weevil.
We're still like 40 feet tall, my guy.
Listen, I did the best that I could. It's as small as it gets for a scale map, okay?
Yeah, okay, we'll go this way.
What actually interests me actually for this map is technically these roads that we're walking on are 138 feet wide.
I did notice that, yeah.
Oh.
They're big roads.
All right.
What were they expecting traveling down these roads?
I don't know. I feel like they attempted to make this like a city scale map, but then they didn't. So
Yeah.
I started tweaking with it a little and I just stopped.
Yeah. I'll be back.
It's default.
Okay.
I'm just following around.
Okay.
Following.
I lost sight of your
What did
token.
it
Where did it go? Oh, there it is. For
I'll
some reason,
move
it's
the
all
token and whatnot, but for the record, Lolo's definitely not the one leading.
got you. So actually, I will need some perception checks.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I'll make sure you've got.
25.
Look at you guys getting some sweet rolls.
I think that's the first decent perception roll I've gotten on this fucking character, honestly.
That means it will not matter.
Looking at things.
Right?
She's actually really only good at one very specific thing, and that's kind of it. I love her. I'm not changing. You'll have to kill her.
You know, guys, I've told my work that if they reopen the state on a weekday, I am immediately going to get my hair cut. I'm going to take a half day and I'm going to get my hair cut
Right?
because it's making me crazy.
I concur.
Steph just buzzed his entire head the other day because he was sick of having to maintain it.
I'm trying not to do that. Off topic, Davari, while we're waiting for Scott, you will have heard from our Lolo. Her tusks started glowing, by the way, as she somehow accidentally figured out that she can cast the light. Can't trip again.
Lulu, what's with your tusks? Oh, hey, look! I can cast light! It's amazing! I'm so bright, cheerful, and gold! And it does a little like lap around the party with its little glowing tusks.
I feel like Louis was like mesmerized by something and then just sees Davari running around in circles and like, I missed something.
Not Davari, it's Lulu, the elephant.
Oh, well, Lulu.
I warned you this was going to get confusing because we've got Louie, Lulu, and Lolo.
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't who I confused Lulu with. It was with Davari.
Even better. Okay. Scott, I need a percent. Oh, you already did perception. No, you didn't.
No,
Yeah,
I
I need a
didn't.
perception roll from you too. You did?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But my perception is pretty bad, so
It's okay. I just want to keep track of who
I didn't
hears
do
what
that.
they're
Yeah.
about to do. No,
What did-
you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. Like Louis' perception rolls have been crazy high. I have a +0 on this. I have characters that actually are good at perception that I never get above a 15, but Louis apparently just
Nice. Okay. You hear the sound of a woman, definitely a female's voice, yell, "Kids, run!" And from behind you, about this crossroad here, comes two kids. Just go sprinting across this 130-foot chasm of a road. Yeah.
fast kids.
Fast kids.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the scales are not exact. Deal with me. It's harness. Everything here is abstract.
Oh, good excuse. Convenient excuse.
It's actually written that way. That
Is it really? I love
if you
that.
look at your map of Avernus in your handouts, that's actually in the information down there.
What I'm getting is that Avernus is so is Zariel just a big Dolly fan? Is that's what's going on? It's just
Avernus predates Zariel. So, yeah. So these two kids run. Damn it! I thought I grabbed the ruler. You. So these two kids basically sprint across this street here and down that alley, and coming behind them is the mother that clearly yelled "run." And as she gets to about, I wish it was easier to change tools. About to there, like right before she hits the street, she's turned around and she's got a longbow, and she's like actively skirmish firing at something chasing them.
I find it funny when you ping. You're like, she gets right about there. It's the same every single time you ping. It's just like in like.
Well, maybe
That
zoom in more. Zoom in more.
I
zoomed in
zoomed
all the way.
all the way.
Zoomed in at 250, and it's just like in this area. It could be anywhere in this. I'm like,
It's literally the entire area that we have unlocked by view.
You know what? I can do better. She's
do what
here.
I do and draw.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
And the two kids ran over there. Is that better?
Yes, please. Thanks.
So she's that purple dot firing down that street that she just came out of. The kids ran across, and she's firing at whatever is now chasing them.
what does she look human?
Yes.
Or she doesn't look like a devil.
No, she looks human, as did the two children.
How tall's this building thing that we're next to? This ruin.
I don't know. You just paint the whole map.
Yeah. It's like
This one, Chester. This one over here. Hey,
Yeah, that one
you
over there.
pinged like 5 buildings.
Most of the buildings here are between 2 and 3 stories tall.
someone want to give me a boost?
Fortunato's moving that way. With
Sure,
his,
I'll give you a boost before I head towards the human woman.
Yeah, I get on top of that building. The
Well, I
one where
guess
my
it's
dog
fine.
is. Because I want to see. I want to try and see what it is she's
I'm
firing.
gonna head towards the two children.
Okay.
Nah, kids are boring. I want to see what's coming. Kids are boring.
I'll head towards the woman. So, oh my
What?
god,
Who did
Ah,
a
It's
giant.
enormous.
What the hell is that? It's like
It's
a
like
mile
a
tall.
Fortunato, you're fired.
That was a failed.
It's a giant.
Fortunato steps on them all.
This is
Good
why we can't have
boy.
nice things.
The biggest boy.
Okay, how do I get rid of that?
Hey, DM, I broke your map. Fix it.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Fix it.
So for those of you who actually go back in that direction, after that mom looses 2 arrows, she starts moving again after her kids. She gets across the street, and she goes to take the shots, and she sees all of you, and she yells, "Run!" and to you as well, and looses 2 more shots down that street.
You yelled at
Are you
them to run
kidding?
too?
There's a 1,100-foot giant that way.
No,
Where
it's
did he
not.
go? He just disappeared.
With my nat 20, can I see what she's firing at?
Are you still climbing?
I got a boost from Davari, so I'm on top of the building now.
Well, you're not on top of the building. It's,
Yeah,
3 stories. It's going to take, it's not instantaneous climbing.
you said 2 to 3. I assumed this was the 2-story.
Fine. Even still, you're not instantaneously climbing 2 stories in one turn.
You're not fun.
I'm extremely
Like-
fun. And that perception roll enabled you to hear what was going on
I'm
earlier.
going to step over here to see what is coming down this alleyway.
Very
And
good.
I want to go chase after these children that apparently can outrun me. So
Well, they actually disobeyed their mother and have stopped across the street to turn around and watch.
Great. I am going to go ahead and go with
For those of you who are looking down that street to see where she is shooting,
Yeah. I'm making
Did that
sure I'm
pop up
not
for everybody?
in the line of fire.
Ooh.
there are 4 of those.
Ah,
Awesome beard.
I like it.
it's
I
a
like
very
it.
weird looking
Yes.
beard.
Yes.
Do you think it's prehensile?
I don't know. I really hope not.
It kind of looks like it though.
Okay, could you put stop? No, never mind.
And as you all stand around and discuss that, I'm going to need initiative rolls.
Already in the chat for you.
Good.
Rude. Is this how you
I'm
treat
working
all
on the
tourists?
Situation.
It is how they treat all their tourists.
why am I always going so freaking wrong? I don't know what
I
the
don't know. What's up with you left your cheats on?
Lolo, is that 9 your initiative?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And the 6 is Devar.
Starting off strong. I'm working on this house. It didn't work out last time going roof to roof, but this time I've got a good feeling about it.
So they are. And then Louis is 19. Then we have Talon is 7. Ugh. Yeah, I was really hoping that I could actually throw this encounter on this map, but it does not play nicely for that. What am I missing? Davari, Lolo, my guys, Louis, Talon. Where is Fortunato's initiative?
19 at the
Oh
top.
wow, way up there. Now I see it. Higher dex between Fortunato and Louis is Fortunato. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There is 5 of you. I'm still missing someone. What the frick? Lolo. Hello. 9. Okay. Now we got it. Fortunato gets to go first.
So, how far away are they? 1,000 feet?
Well, we're doing theater of the mind here. So in theory, where you went is somewhere in this area if you're able to see them over there. Here, I'll give you another dot for them. How's that sound? There. You probably can't see that because the fog of war. Huh?
I don't see that. Okay. And is there anything? Is there any like trash cans in the alley or anything like that that you could trip them with? Or
Probably not. No.
okay. All right. Well, I will hold back, but I will take a shot with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
And lost myself in my sheet. I don't get sneak attack, or do I do at this point?
Why would you get it?
I don't know, because I mix up the Pathfinder rule that if I get initiative before them, but I don't think that's a thing. Well, there you go.
So with your hand crossbow bolt is an attack for at 27 AC for 9 piercing silver damage. Is that what's going on?
Looking at
Or
the
is that
numbers. Oh, I rolled with sneak attack. So yeah, it's just the. Let's see, the 9. I don't think it rolled the crit on that, did it? 6 plus 3. Why
No,
is it
that
6
would
plus 3?
it didn't
What is
add
it?
any sneak attack damage. I don't know.
Well, it shouldn't have had a sneak attack. It wasn't a sneak. I clicked the wrong button. So let me just roll the damage separately.
No,
Okay.
the 6 plus 3 is without sneak attack. I don't know where.
Yeah, that's just 1d6 for your crit.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, it's weird that it says 6 plus.
Yeah, the 3 is from your crit damage.
Oh, okay. So where's my plus 4? Is that in there?
Yep.
Yes, 1d6 plus 4 got you your 6.
I gotcha. Okay. So
And then
yeah,
3 is from your
9
crit.
total.
So 9
Your
damage
D-
total.
Your D6s were just really shitty. Is basically what it is.
Well, it's just and crossbow. So.
Sorry, I just wrote that down, Navari. Thanks, Becca.
Yep, sorry about that.
No worries. So you hit one of them for 9 damage. Really? You're going to be this way? Fine. All of my technology is being very funky today. Okay. Anything else from you there, Fortunato?
No, that is it. I will. Hard to see where we are with Theater of the Mind, but I'm kind of standing back a little bit. I don't want to be right on the front line. I'll be right behind the front line. If that's our Psi fighter, then I'll stand next to him, kind of behind a little bit.
Okay. Standing beside the loud and proud flaming fist. Got it. All right, Louis.
Okay, I will go ahead and, as a bonus action, activate Blade Song, singing, actually, like trying to calm down these children, but also singing a song of slaying devils. And then I will go ahead and use my action to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Then that brings us to them. All right. Let's see here. What do they have for nothing? So they actually have to get up and close. So they will. How fast are they? Only 30 feet. So they are going to all just be using the dash, all 4 of them, to close in on the front line of the party. So they are within melee range of Talon and Fortunato, since they said they're up frontish. Louis across the street, so he's out of range. I don't know where Davari is.
So I
Ish.
gave a boost to Lolo, and then was heading in the direction of where the mom had shot the arrow.
Okay, so you're about in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, so basically Fortunato and Talon are within melee range of all 4, but they dashed to get there, so they got nothing that they can do on this particular turn except for having closed that distance. Lulu, from your rooftop vantage of your 2-story building.
Hold up. Lulu or Lolo?
You're right. Sorry. Lulu, not Lolo.
Yeah.
Lulu, who is with Davari
Better than me.
in the center of the street.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lulu has a fly speed of 120 feet. And I think she wants to fly towards the devils and try to angle herself so that she
Sure
can
she does.
get as many of them as she can in a 30-foot cone.
Okay.
And then Lulu is going to do her trumpet of sparkles. And I need any evil creature will have disadvantage on the saving throw, but I need them to make a Constitution saving throw. Good creatures in the cone take no damage.
Okay. And you said they've got disadvantage because of that?
They've got disadvantage if they're evil.
Okay. Which then they have advantage from magic resistance, so it flattens out. So 1, 2. So and what's the DC?
14.
All right, so fail, pass, pass, pass. So one of them is taking full, and the other 3 are taking whatever.
Half.
Okay.
And this is radiant damage.
Okay.
Go, adorable flying elephant thing.
Yep. Sparkles like just fly out in front of it. And then it'll, I guess, back up a little bit so long as it was not in melee with one of them to allow other people to get in. And telepathically, you'll hear
I see this as because her movement was so great, she probably went down and got like horizontal with their oncoming row so that she could angle that cone and not hit Fortunato and Talon. So she's probably on the side, whereas they're like directly in front of the 4.
All right, works for me.
What is her? How close would she have probably had to have gotten for that? Like, is she within melee range then?
Well, I wouldn't think so. She'd probably be at least 10 feet back because it is a 30-foot
Okay.
cone.
Okay.
She wouldn't have to be in melee range.
Okay, I was just worried about like trying to figure out the angles of the cone to actually hit them all, but not hit Talon and Fortunato if she had to be closer to ensure that.
It's a good way to figure out what our alignment is.
Right?
That is a good way to figure out your alignment.
Well, I'm going to say that she figured out a good arc this time.
All right, thank you very much.
right. Anything else from Lulu?
You hear in your heads, look, I can help. It's all sparkly.
There you go. She just blasted them with Party Fetty, which is super sparkly in the romantic burnt red light of the Avernian sky.
By the way, I don't know if this will matter. The trumpet can be heard 600 feet away. So.
Okay.
Well, that's like right across the street.
That's important to know.
It is important to know, which is why I bring it up, because Lulu may have just fucked us all with doing.
Yeah.
No, it's like literally, I can barely hear it. I'm like 200 feet away from you guys right now.
Okay. So that just happened, and that brings us to Lolo.
Oh, go.
From your second story vantage across the street.
Yeah, am I on a roof? Am I hanging out a window? Where
You're probably actually on the porch overhang roof.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of second of third story.
So you're standing on, you'd be on the second story.
Yeah, that's what I mean though, but I'm not equivalent to just being able to step over. Okay.
Right.
From my vantage point, can I see these things or no?
Yeah, you can see them. I mean, the street isn't actually 150 feet across.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was I know. That's not visualizing.
I didn't make the map, okay?
I know, it's fine. That's why I wanted to check. So would they be within 60 feet, say, in this theater of our minds?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm just gonna ray of frost them.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Are you hitting any of them in specifically, or are you just randomizing?
Has one taken more damage overall?
One of them definitely did not, or probably the one that was the closest to Lulu, and got the horn blast in its ear.
Is looking the least pleased about the situation.
Yeah, that's how I imagine that having played out.
Okay, sounds good. Then I'm gonna fire at that one.
Aw. That hits.
Does it really? Thank God.
Does.
Oh my God. Something with like a tolerable AC. What is this? Everything doesn't have advantage against us. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. So icy. I mean, unless it immediately melts because we're on Tatooine, but. Not to give you ideas or anything.
No, I'm trying to figure out how that would play out with resistances.
Yeah. But that's all really for Lolo. Maybe she'll go, yay, Lulu!
So in the metagame side of things,
Yes.
they have resistance to cold. So I'm guessing that condition would still apply.
Yeah, it doesn't specify. It just says it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay, we'll go with that sticks.
Okay.
I'm feeling generous today.
Well, gee.
Talon.
All right. Guess I'm going to start wailing on the one in front of me, whichever one that one is.
Okay. Do this. Wow. Crazy lag.
Yep.
For the record, Bearded Devil number 1 is in front of you.
Okay.
A 16 hits.
16 hits.
Yep. And what are you attacking with?
My rapier, which
Okay.
is silvered.
Okay.
For 8 points of damage, and I'm going to use my telekinetic strike on that for another D8. For another 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to hit him again.
That's a hit.
For 15 points of damage.
You may describe in detail what you just did to this thing, as it is quite dead.
As he opens his mouth because he's surprised, I just shoved the rapier right in there.
And there's like an explosion of psychokinetic energy with all of your telekinetic whatevers you just did.
Yep. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to look at the one next to him, and I'm going to use my telekinetic shove. So make a strength saving throw. DC 14.
This doesn't sound broken at all. DC 14, you said?
Yep.
So that's versus his strength or his con?
Strength.
Lolo likes Talon.
We all wondered what a cyanide is. That means you blow things up.
But
him rolling an 8 on that side die is a problem. Like it's really cool, but he hasn't yet. But he wants to roll 7s right now.
That's a 15 on his save. What was the DC?
14. He makes it.
Okay. So that bearded devil just kind of stares back at you, and you can tell like you just hit a brick wall in his mind. And inside your head, only you hear a voice say, "You're not the only one with training."
We'll see.
Okay. That goes to Davari.
Alright, so I've only got 30 feet of speed, so I'll get closer. I don't know if I can actually get into melee.
Sure. We're theater of the mind in this encounter, so we'll go for it.
Okay. If I can, I will try to position myself to be flanking with one of my party members. But then I am going to toll the dead on whichever one looks the most injured, and I need them to make a wisdom saving throw.
So the ones that are left are all exactly the same. So we'll say roll 1d3 plus, or 1d2 plus 1 will get us the range. All right, so number 2, and you said a wisdom save?
Yes, please.
That is a 16.
It makes it so it takes no damage.
Okay.
And do I have a bonus action? Something I can do. I do spiritual weapon, but I think I should save it for later. Yeah. All of the bonus actions I have, I should save for later. So that is my turn. I am providing flanking.
Okay. At this point, the mother gets over to her kids and starts like literally shoving them. Go, 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 go! And the cluster of them, they're not waiting for you guys. Wow, I just made that thing big. Whatever, they're 1 dot now. I don't know why it was resizing instead of moving. Stupid scales. So yeah, they're starting to go down that street. they didn't seem too interested in saying hi or bye to Louis on their way past him.
Louis good with it.
And it is actually back up to the top now, Fortunato.
All right.
Ow! Sorry, just kicked the wall. I'm sitting at the bar, like between my dining room and the kitchen, and I just like kicked the wall. Ow. My bad.
So Fortunato is going to position himself so that he can flank with Davari or Talon.
Okay.
He will slash with his rapier. Did not go through? Oh, there it is.
That went. That's a hit as well. Fortunato's all beastly.
So that would be the total 16 for the rapier.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use my hand crossbow. There we go. 10 for the hand crossbow.
And another crit. You were really good with that hand crossbow.
I did take crossbow expert. So there we go.
And he's just apparently beast mode anyway. Fortunato is definitely showing you all that he is no slouch in combat in the first time you've seen him in action.
He's fighting pirates.
You're wondering if he could hang. He's doing pretty damn well for himself. That's it for you?
Yes.
All right, then that brings us to Louis.
Okay. I didn't want to use the 3rd level spell on this encounter, but I might as well. I'm going to go ahead and use bonus action. How far away am I?
Across the street, because you were over there. So we'll say, like, not a freeway, so a normal, 2-lane road.
2 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get, since I have a speed right now of 40 feet, I can get into melee and still attack.
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action Spirit Shroud my rapier and close in first on the one that looks that Fortunato just skewered. And miss because I'm Louis and
Oh, no.
You were overly concerned for the woman and her children as they were running past.
Yeah, it's for noble.
Stick with initiative, Louis.
so I kind of like I'm not used to being as quick as this. So I kind of like stumbled out on my first attack, but on my second attack I roll up and stab the guy.
The first one was clearly a feint. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally a fail.
That's definitely a hit. So damage it up.
It was
So 9 points of silver piercing damage and 5 points of radiant damage.
Okay. So, and another one bites the dust. So this one just fell victim to the combined assaults of Fortunato and Louis. Done. Dunzo. So there are 2 remaining of the 4. And that brings us to them. Seeing that the immediate threats are apparently Talon and Louis and Fortunato, they are going to be the victims of what they may or may not be able to do.
Hey, Louis is the one that killed him, not me.
I know. So the first one will attack Talon with first the glaive attack of AC 24 for 7 slashing damage.
7?
Yep. And with that, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
I should mention, just in case it matters with target priority, I really don't want to be attacked, but for a target priority, my sword is currently glowing with radiant light.
Okay. So you made that.
And anyone within 10 feet of me, any enemy within 10 feet of me, speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay. And then per multi-attack, that beard that you all were wondering if is prehensile or not is coming at you as well
knew it.
for an attack of 16.
Fails.
Fails? Okay. So the serpents hanging from this thing's chin lunged at you, answering the question that yes, not only are they prehensile, but they look hungry.
Are they also sentient? Wait, like Medusa? They each have their
I
own
don't
mind?
know. You'd have to ask it questions, wouldn't you?
Are you going to talk to them?
I mean, obviously now that's my bonus action is going to be seeing if they have a mind for me to hang out with.
Use telepathy on the beards.
Yeah. Don't let me.
And the other one,
It is.
per Louis' description of the glowing radiant blade, will prioritize the tricky one that came in with his feint, because benefit of the doubt, right?
Mhm.
Glaive attack of AC 22.
Shield.
Okay. And his beard attack of 13.
The beards aren't that good.
Yeah, they're not.
I think my roll is what's not that good.
Well, let's hope that goes across the board.
If I remember a bearded devil, is that, like, the glaive sucks. The beards really, really, really sucks.
So they both come with it's the effects where if they hit you, if you don't make the save, that's where the problems kick in.
Like, one of them like makes it so you can't heal. The other one makes it so you're like wounded the entire time and
Yes.
slowly die. And it's
Yep. So luckily Talon made his saves. And then we are at Lulu.
Lulu is going to save their other trumpets for later in the day and will attempt to use its tusks against the nearest bearded devil.
Okay.
Nope, that I did it again. Dang it. Yeah, roll already. And
you rolled a 1d2. Well, no, that was Chester rolled a 1d2.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry. I was just picking
Which one
3
were?
and 4 are left. 1 is 3, 2 is 4. I just figured I'd let that choose.
come on, roll 20. Work with me.
It's so
Finish-
slow.
I believe-
finish rolling the die.
It is.
Yeah, mine was super laggy too.
Yep.
There it is.
Hey, 13.
13.
13 is its AC.
Okay, so they will take 1d6 of piercing magical damage. 5.
Okay.
I think Lulu is the winner of this fight right now.
Oh, with this little trumpet blast. or
Yeah,
whatever
that trumpet
was.
blast definitely made 2 of them go down fairly easily.
Yeah.
Softened them up a lot.
It did. I mean, even these two,
Unfortunately, now I
even these two
picture
that made the save are not, tip-top shape, but they're not. Whatever.
Unfortunately, now I picture Shayna's character as having glowing tusks. So
That or she's
I was
low-key jealous.
trying to envision that.
That or she's just low-key jealous that Lulu has golden glowing tusks and wants them herself.
You can
Yeah.
make deals.
The sparkles, maybe not, but definitely can have tusks.
It's like, who cares about Lolo when we have Lulu? Look.
Right? Oh, I'm getting replaced. I'm so sad.
I'm sorry.
Well, I bet Lulu doesn't have a cult.
I don't know.
Lulu has
A celestial flying elephant definitely has a fucking cult.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say they definitely have a fucking cult. Probably a cult of cuteness or something ridiculous.
At
But
the very least,
mostly
she's on
by
her way to
little
getting one.
8-year-old girls.
Because Davari is considering changing religions.
Mostly.
What you got, Lolo?
Hmm?
You're up, Shayna.
Okay,
I know we started talking about you with tusks, but
I'm like, hold on. I just want to make sure.
Yep.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is my mind meld and see if I can get inside one of them beard tentacles. I just want to
Attack its own face.
I want to use my
I so want this to happen just because there's nothing more shameful than to have somebody get consumed by their own facial hair.
I want to see if there's anything about them beyond that they are snaky.
It's that same kind of thing like with Medusa's hair. Do they each have their own like personality? Like, do the snakes need to eat?
No,
So how
It says that they get their name from the snake-like growths that adorn their chins. That's all I get.
Boo. Okay, so I get really excited thinking they have brains. Realize they don't. Aw, fireball. A fire. I won't actually waste a fireball. I'll do a firebolt. That one. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you. Roll that dice.
Roll.
Damn it. Oh, well.
I think that everyone and their mother is playing D&D on Roll20.
I think so. I think that's what's happening tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is anyway.
I have seen more GMs on TikTok broadcasting their games and like female GMs, like because clearly TikTok knows how to sort my feeds. That I was like, I didn't know this many female GMs existed, let alone hot ones, and they all are rolling games on Roll20.
Why are you on TikTok?
I was just gonna say that. I didn't
I
know.
live alone and I'm bored.
I was just going to say, he's that bored.
Chester, just promise me you're not going to drink a protein shake of an entire can of nutmeg.
Yeah, please
No.
don't.
No, I'm not.
However, if you
I made one video on my birthday because I was bored. Everything else is
It's
just
like it always starts with just one video.
I want your account info, send it to me.
Oh, so you're on TikTok. Ha!
I haven't made a single video, but my sister won't shut the hell up, so she sends them to me constantly.
Well,
It's
I've been bombing you all with TikTok videos like for a week now. 2 weeks now.
So Lolo's now sad and maybe sits down on her porch or leans against the railing
He's
because
protesting the fight.
both the firebolt missed and also the beards don't have brains, and that's really disappointing. So that's her turn.
Very
Yeah,
well.
I'm disappointed too. I really wanted those beards to consume their owner.
I was really hoping to get
I know.
some.
Yeah.
I'm going to research that for future. If it turns out that we can find something online that decries them like Medusa's beard, like I think that's a pretty cool thought. I just was not prepared for it, and there's nothing about it on there.
Function would be ultimately like mechanically, but I just love that idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for Lolo.
Okay. Then that brings us to Talon.
All right, I'm going to move.
You got this guy who flexed up on you.
Yeah, I'm going to move into that guy, and I'm going to just like smack him around with my rapier. Oh no!
Nope, you critted. You definitely critted. You did not cheat on that at all.
I don't think that's how that works. If only there were buttons that we could press on our character sheets to.
That involves updating our character sheet in Roll20 and then risking it disappearing.
That has never happened to me. Don't go deleting the one in your game. I'm not doing it again. I'll make a whole new character. So many decisions went into it. What are you doing?
Roll 20.
We're having issues. Don't mock us.
Yeah. For 11.
So it's AC 21 for 11 damage is what you did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to interpret these dice because they didn't
Yeah.
have it. Gotcha.
Don't think about it. Just let me tell you numbers.
Okay.
They
Sure.
got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20. You did.
And a 21 damage for 1.
Yeah. That's not how that works. Okay.
And
You
then
hit.
D8 for the telekinetic strike. Is
Also, he spontaneously
or
combusted.
2. And then I'm going to
That's really disappointing. That'd be better if it was 1, it'd be less damage, but then he would upgrade to a D10.
want to hit him again. Nope, missed.
Yep. Nope.
So I did that, and then I'm going to point at him, and then I'm going to use telekinetic shove on him again. So DC strength saving throw for 14.
I'm like, is it thinking or did I not click well enough? That's a 19.
19. He succeeds.
Very well. He again
One of
rebuffs.
these days, he's going to fail,
like
and
a
he's going to
grievance.
go flying into a building.
One of these days.
Even if it's his body, I'm going to do it.
Right?
His dead body.
So because I haven't really read the new classes yet, is that like an unlimited ability to just try and do that?
Yeah.
As long as the side dice is still available, it's
Yep.
you can do it.
And it goes, the side eye goes up or down depending on if I get the maximum, which is a 8, then it goes down to a D6, and then it'll go down to a D4. But if I get a 1, it goes up.
Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I like telekinesis stuff, so I'm curious now what I can do with that.
But you can only do the strike thing once per turn, right?
Yeah, the strike thing I can only do once per turn, but the telekinetic shove is a feat.
Okay. Then that brings us to Davari.
I was gonna smash the one in front of me with my mace.
Okay. You were flanking with Fortunato, right?
I believe so.
Okay. That's a hit.
Do I get a 20? No, I don't. Alright. Alright, this is magical damage. For 9 points.
Okay.
And I do not have any bonus actions that would make sense right now.
Alrighty. Then that brings us to Fortunato.
All right. Are these guys wearing armor?
I'm not.
No, the bearded devils, are they wearing armor?
Oh. No, they are not.
Well, then I will just attack the one Davari and I are poking at.
Ooh.
Or not.
That's a roll.
It does not appear that
So as he smiles at me mockingly, I will lift my hand crossbow and try to shoot him under the chin.
I thought the
That's still missed, huh?
Yep.
Oh wait,
So-
14 advantage.
Okay. So that actually hits. So yeah, you swung wide, again, appearing to maybe be a feint as you came up with that hand crossbow right under its chin that I didn't hear you say anything about reloading. And just that bolt right under his chin somehow.
Crossbow expert. He doesn't actually have to. It's weird.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out how he reloaded it without an empty hand.
I have a little thing on my belt. I just click it in there, and there you go.
I just like pop my hip and go chick chick.
You know,
It's a
I'm just
cool.
I'm really having trouble with that in my mind's eye since we're doing a mind's eye combat.
I can send you a YouTube video. He actually has a bolt magazine on top of his. They do make them that auto loads the crossbow.
Yep, they do. Those are like a whole different weapon in the Forgotten Realms. So they cost a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay for this. I just kind of took it.
Yeah, huh?
He
I'm
wanted
aware.
his teeth like a rose or something, and then
And I'm going to give you shit for it every time you do it accordingly.
All right.
There you go. So yes, your hand crossbow hit for 6.
12.
12?
Yeah, 12.
Oh, because sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. And that means it is now Louis' turn.
Okay, is anyone flanking with me?
Well, you could move to flank with Talon because Davari and Fortunato are currently flanking one of them, and Talon's in front of one. So
Okay.
if you want to flank with Talon, that would be that's fine.
Yeah, I'll flank with Talon, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna take my 2 strikes against the one I'm flanking with.
Okay.
So 23 to hit on the first attack, and 13 and 23 for both of the attacks.
Okay. So the 23 hits and the 13 hits. Sorry. Yeah, they both hit. You've got 2 hits.
There's my name. And roll 20 isn't even doing my shortcuts great. So 13 and 12.
Damn, look at you.
Ooh.
So 25.
6 of that would be radiant damage, if it matters.
Okay. It does not because you just eviscerated the one in front of you and Louis.
The one in front of himself and Louis.
Sorry. You and Talon. The one between Louis and Talon was just eviscerated with a bright ass glowing rapier.
Okay, and then I don't have another bonus action, so I will.
Alrighty. And that brings us to the lone remaining Bone Devil, who is no longer liking his chances, however, also realizes that...
boring beard.
What's that?
Nothing.
It's boring beard.
Yeah.
Ignore me. I'm sorry.
Well, he's gonna press his luck and see what happens.
Like if Elon Musk could grow a beard.
Yeah. So he is going to lash out at Louis because that glowing blade is a beacon of hit me.
That's
Louis does have
valid.
the highest kill count.
17.
Miss.
Okay. And the follow-up beard swipe. Also of 17.
Gotta love blade dance.
There you go. Okay. Well, his was lackluster, and that's an action to use, so he can't summon help. Yeah. That brings us to Lulu.
Oh, little Lulu is going to try to gore him with her tusk again. That worked well. Her tusks are magical, which is kind of cool.
It's like she was engineered to fight evil.
Yes, yes, she was.
That is a hit.
It is what she lives for.
I'm totally joining her cult.
6 points of magical piercing damage.
Before Lolo tries to convince my character.
Yep.
No, it's the cult of Lulu, Lolo, and Louis. It's the
Not at all a covert cult for Levistus.
nope.
No, not at all.
The elves have
I
nothing
was going to say
with
the elf theme is irrelevant.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Simply is an L.
Like,
And you can only be in the cult if your name has or contains an L. So,
huh.
Talon, you're
Sure.
eligible. Fortunato and Davari, not so much.
Ooh.
gotta change your name.
I feel
It's
that also
really an old identity behind you.
we
and
have a
break-
2-syllable maximum too. You're, Yeah.
Talon.
Double insult, Fortunato.
yeah.
Let's see. That brings us to Lolo, who is pouting.
I was pouting. I see one dead though, and that makes me happy.
3 are dead, actually.
Oh, they're all dead except for the one. I will.
Math is her gift.
Well, that setup is useless now, so I'm gonna firebolt again. I had an idea, but he's gonna die, so I'm
Okay.
gonna. That one. Yay!
That's a
Something
hit.
happened.
There you go.
I should specify this one's en fuego. What? This one's fire.
Hmm.
Let him burn.
Like how you're getting set for Harry Dresden. And it
Yes.
really breaks my heart to say.
Oh
that-
no,
You do it.
it's immune to fire, isn't
It
it?
really breaks my heart to say that while you hit it and you rolled an amazing damage roll, he doesn't seem terribly phased by your.
What's he
Okay, fire.
wearing though?
What's he wearing?
Nothing now.
Pants, I believe.
Because then they're
Maybe
on
not.
fire.
Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, 'cause they're on fire.
Right,
It
he's a
might not
naked beer devil. Right here.
Yeah,
That's
so
what he's wearing. There you go.
The important question is bearded devils. Does the carpet match the drapes? Like,
You'll
And
have to look when you're done.
Yeah,
His
you,
pants
you
are-
hear as his pants catch on fire, Davari go, "Oh my eyes! I did not need to see that."
And now we know.
This needs to go in your book.
Actually,
Louis is definitely
I
going to
take
have to make a notes in the margins about this.
We all
Talon,
have to
you're,
take wisdom saves because of psychic damage.
Talon, you're up.
My turn? Okay, I'm going to go start smacking him around again.
You should.
19.
If he's resistant to
That's
ice,
a hit.
he'll be invulnerable to fire. Oh, that's not the tool I wanted.
Now, who's drawing all over my map?
Oopsie, that's on the
For
map.
15 and telekinetic strike for 7, so that's 22.
Okay.
Is he still up?
No. I was
No.
going to let you continue your routine, though, if you would like to.
Okay,
see
I'm
what-
gonna not hit him again. So I hit him once, and then as he's fallen, I missed.
Yeah, you like came around where you were expecting him to still be, but he was on the ground.
You should definitely telekinetic push him.
I am. I'm going to telekinetic push his
Like-
body.
Just like football punt kick him.
Yeah, because it's like a. Let's see,
Plus,
You
we're
said
all
you-
seeing his ghibli bits, and we don't want to see it.
Yeah.
so it's like 15 feet in one
Okay.
direction.
Well, as he like lifts off and like flips through the air, his man skirt, which is on fire, does flip open for you all to see his.
I'm not looking.
His barbed man part, much like a cat's.
Maybe I'll just like pull it towards Shayna's character.
The man part.
Louis will definitely automatically, when it's his turn, dispel Spirit Shroud and sit down and start making notes in the margins about bearded devils.
Very
specifically
good.
drawing and anatomically correct.
This was for science.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that worked out really well that you killed the fourth one at minute 5:09.
Yeah.
We're good at this.
All right, that was actually very good.
How much?
So, yeah. We'll go ahead.
Can we loot the bearded devils now? Can we steal their weapons?
I mean, each of them has a glaive. And
Can we steal their beards?
Yeah.
A finesse glaive?
Can we check out the grave?
Yeah. Okay. If Louis was still a bard, what would happen at this point would be I would take off all their beards and fashion some type of disguise.
Well, now that Louise said that,
Yeah.
proceed with taking out her dagger and seeing if she can cut through some of the beard.
Sure, they're very snake-like.
So that's a yes.
Yep.
I will make a beard.
So Lolo proceeds to
Like those fake
deface the
snake
corpses of the fallen.
Yeah, who cares?
Scalping.
There's 4 of them. There's 5 of us, but like 3 of us. Like obviously, Davari can just pass for being a denizen of this place, and so the rest of us can just have bearded devil.
Yeah.
beards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Okay. So you guys
I'm gonna
all
go to bye.
Tomorrow is which game?
Mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'aka.
Ma'aka.
Tomorrow.
Ma'aka.
Are you?
Oh, I owe you a message. I've told
Yeah.
you.
It's okay. Yes.
So, Chester,
Yeah,
you ruined Justice's game for me.
I warned you.
Well, I knew it, but I tend to hand wave people's bad grammar when I like them a little bit. Except you mentioned